Well, I haven't done any update videos on the little Rockabilly Rat here lately because I guess I haven't done anything lately. Last thing I did on it was the floorboard that I put in on the passenger side. But I'm getting ready to do another project, and what it is I'm going to split exhaust on that thing. I'm keeping my original exhaust manifold, and I picked up this extra one here in case things don't go right. I can always revert back to the original one, but here, just something to show you. This is an exhaust that fits that engine. See, that engine is a predecessor to the 216. The 216 did not come out until 1937. This is the 32, and then between 32 and 37 they punched it out and made a 207, but mine's a 194. The same block as the 207, but they are not the same as the 216. They do not fit. It's a different block altogether. The intake won't fit, the exhaust won't fit. It almost looks like one side would fit, but they're not lined up. If you line this one up on this end, you see how you're way off on these two. And yeah, but anyway, what I did was took the flange off of another 216 or 235 exhaust manifold that I had, and that's going to be right here. What we'll have to do is put this is too skinny up in front. That oil, this would actually sit like this on the engine, and you've got your oil filler cap along about here, and let's see, am I in frame there? Yeah. So where you put the oil in is a little cap right, it'd be right in this area. And if you get out past that where you would miss that and come down with the exhaust pipe, there's not room in here to get it, and there's not room out here because it's too skinny out there. You can see that, that's just that's only a little over an inch wide. So what's going to have to happen, I believe, is well, those are the same. That'll be nice, and get the same kind of pipe, same size pipe coming out of it. Just kind of thinking out loud here, but this will go here. Well, I guess I'll get that. Be right back. Okay. What's going to happen is this will go about here, I suppose, anywhere in this wide area, and then what we'll do is go inside here and make a little baffle plate that fits in down in here. This is that flapper, that heat riser baffle that came out of there. That's of course not what I'm going to use. It's all rusted away, but I will make a little template. I've got a piece of cardboard here. I'm getting ready to cut out a template and make that fit down in there, and it'll go further back so that it's flush, and then that'll be welded in, and that will direct these two ports to this dump, and then these two will automatically go to this one. And I'm still in frame. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. So that's just a little bit of a update on the old Rockabilly Rat. And I've never welded enough cast to know much about it. I mean, I know that you're supposed to preheat it, and I know you're supposed to cool it down really slow. I've heard of guys burying it in sand so that it cools slowly. I've heard of people putting things in the oven, and just gradually over a long period of time, keep turning the heat down so that this thing cools very slowly, because it wants to crack. If you cool it off too fast, it'll crack. I know just about enough. I know enough about it to know that I'm not qualified to do it, but I have a friend who is. My friend Stretch, who's Gave me the signs to build those floorboards in my truck, and he's the one that's building a really nice Diamond T pickup, and I'm going to get to film that here before too long. He's going to have it so that it's going to be moving under its own power. I think he's got a 400. Has he got a 400 small block in that thing? I'm not exactly sure. Well, it's cool though. It's a really neat truck, and I'm looking forward to getting to film that so I can show you guys that Diamond T. It's sharp. But anyway, that's what I'm working on tonight, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut that template out, and then get the right size piece of metal cut out and ready to go in there, and then we'll talk about cutting a hole in this. And what was I gonna do? I'm gonna chase these threads, and then I'm gonna chase these bolt holes and these, make sure everything's all nice and clean before I start on it, start doing any welding, so that don't have to be done afterwards. Anyway, that's about it for now. So just a little update. I will take you over and show you, pop this camera out of the tripod and get my little flashlight, and I'll show you the problem with trying to put that flange anywhere other than in the center here. If I can get a little bit of light, I guess you can see here. See, this is too narrow up here in this area. If you dodge this filler cap here, this filler spout, and get up in here, then that's too narrow to put a flange on there. So the only logical place, I should have brought it over here with me, but I didn't. But anyway, it'll be right there and come out about the center, or a little bit to the left of center on this heat chamber. It's under the carburetor, and I don't really need that heat chamber. I got it freed up when I had it apart, but I never use it. It's just not a necessary thing. So there's that cool little bow tie. I kind of wish the other one had that. It don't, but it's got the firing order on it up there. I don't know if that'll show up, but anyway, it's there. And then there's that little bow tie on that one. Okay, that's all. I wanted to make this video so Stretch can see what a little bit of change of direction here. He's the one that's going to do the welding. First, we talked about just cutting this off and capping both ends, and then putting the spout up there. But it's just not going to work out, because that filler cap is right in the way. So the concern is that we will heat this thing up and weld it, and then it might possibly warp, and then when we go to tighten it back down, it might, on the head, that it might crack. But the welding we're going to do is just not that much, I don't think. Hopefully we just won't have to get it all that hot, so enough to warp it. I don't know. Anybody got any comments or thoughts on that? They're welcome. So we'll see what people with more experience at this than I have want to say about it. And boy, just about everybody has more experience than I do with it. So that's that. See y'all later.